So without further ado, I would like to pass on this stage to Mei Hong, our VP of Education. Thank you. Thank you, George.
Thank you, Reno. Thank you. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to our Venus Toastmaster Club today. I see there's a lot of guests and members from different clubs today. So our theme for today's meeting is how to handle emotional meltdown, a topic that is incredibly relevant to today's fast-paced, high-pressure world. So whether you are juggling with your work deadline, your personal responsibility, or unexpected challenge, emotional meltdowns are something many of us are experienced at some point in our life. Emotional meltdown happen to everyone, whether you are a student overwhelmed with stress, or a professional dealing with the workplace stress, or even you are navigating with your personal struggles at home. So what is important, in my opinion, what is important is not just how we experience this moment, but how we recognize and manage and recover from them. So today we have a very special guest have with us to talk about this, Dr. Lenny. She is a leading expert in the field of mental wellness. So before we begin, I would also like to extend a warm welcome to our guests from Bangsa Toastmaster Club, Mr. Lucky, Yukiko. Then I also see from Malaysia Toastmaster Club, Chenny, and Slovene Chia also joining us. And also we have other guests such as Vivian. Hi Vivian, welcome to Venus Toastmaster Club. Yeah, it's nice to see you all here. Okay, and so for my opening speech for today, I would like to pass back the stage to our Toastmaster of the evening today, Evan.
All right, thank you, Mei Hong, for giving the excellent opening speech. So indeed, tonight is a very special meeting because we have invited an external speaker, and her name is Dr. Lenny Su. So I will give a more introductions about her. So, and tonight, we will conduct a very simple Toastmasters meeting. And for the benefit of our guests, right, I see Vivian is also here. Welcome to Venus Toastmasters. So I would like to give a simple introduction of what Toastmasters is, right? So we are one of the club under Toastmasters International. So Toastmasters International, at the moment, we already have have presence in 150 countries, and we have established 14,000 clubs all around the world, right? And members, right, it's about, you can see 15 to 20% per club. So if you times all of the number of clubs, then you have, it's like a big, huge corporate, I would say. It's a multinational company. So under Toastmasters, we have the framework of PIE. It's called prepared speech, impromptu speech, and also evaluations. And tonight we will have one prepared speech, impromptu session as well, and then for evaluations for the prepared speakers. So what can you get from joining a Toastmasters club, right? First, of course, is to improve your public speaking, like impromptu speaking, and then increase your confidence in speaking English fluently without looking at the script or without looking at any reference notes, right? You are able to give a speech spontaneously. Of course, if you join the club longer, then you will see the benefits more. You can see you are improving the confidence and leadership as well. Next slide, please. So we are Venus Toastmasters Club. We are chartered 4 years ago on the 21st June 2021. And what we are proud of, because we are all ladies club in District 51. We are all ladies, and in conjunctions of the International Women's Day, right, it aligns with our visions, that is to empower and support women to improve communication and leadership skills. So we are very proud to achieve several achievements in the past 4 years. But never mind. Let's go to the next slide first. So without further ado, this is what I meant: PIE, prepared speech, impromptu, and also the evaluation. Next slide. All right. And as part to kickstart our meeting, I would like to introduce our role players tonight. And just for your information, due to the time constraint, we do not have grammarian. We only have R counter and timer. So can I have a timer first, probably Mei Hong, to read out your roles tonight?
Hi everyone. I'm the timer of today. So I will record the time allocated for all the speech in the meeting. So I will show the time according to my background. As you can see, now it will be green, yellow, or red, and they will have a 30-second read out, which
Sorry,
will be time's up.
we didn't see
So
anything.
in the end,
Are you showing the red, yellow, and green light?
yeah,
Which showing there's a background.
Yes, you can see that. Yeah.
my background,
Background.
yeah,
Yeah, I can.
yeah, okay. So in the end, I will provide the report in the end of the meeting. Thank you. I'll pass back to you, Evan.
Thank you, Mei Hong. So next up, I would like to invite our counter Eliza to read out your role.
Yeah, good evening, everyone. Good evening to all fellow Toastmasters and guests. The purpose of the R counter is to note words and sound that are used as crutch or pause filler by anyone who speaks. During the meeting, I will listen for overused words, including and, well, but, so, and you know. I will also listen for filler sounds, including and I will also note when a speaker repeats a word or phrase such as I, or this means. At the end of the meeting, I will report the number of times that each speaker uses this expression. Thank you. Over back to you, Theory.
Thank you so much, Eliza. So for the benefits of guests, Eliza will be taking notes of our our R, and all of our crutches during the meeting tonight, especially for the prepared speakers. So without further ado, now we have moved on to our pathway project. That is the first P, the first P in our PIE framework. And tonight we have only one speaker, and her name is Eva Chin. She will be attempting level 1 evaluation and feedback first speech under the pathway of presentation mastery. All right. And her evaluator is Xiao Zhen. Xiao Zhen, would you like to read out the purpose statement and pass the floor to Eva after that? Over to you.
Good evening, everyone. Today, I am the evaluator for Eva Chin. Eva Chin will deliver a speech titled Organization Effectiveness. The purpose of this project is to practice applying feedback and serve as a speech evaluator during a club meeting. Besides, this is also for the member to present a speech and receive feedback from the evaluator. Eva Chin, her speech title, Organization Effectiveness, Eva Chin. Over to you, Eva Chin.
Hi, good evening, everyone. I hope you can hear me loud and clear right now. Can you see my slide?
Yes.
Okay. First of all, today, what I'm going to share is called organizations effectiveness. Okay, I will start now, yeah? Organizations effectiveness is something that is not new in HR. But a lot of the company, right, they may not put a lot of attention into the organization's effectiveness. Another name for organization's effectiveness, they call it organization's development. And one of the works that I do is L&D, which is learning and development. Learning and development, we normally will have to do the job relates to change management. Yeah, so organization effectiveness is relates to change management as well. And today I'm going to walk through you one of the trainings that I attend online last year, which is actually from AI HR. So this platform is an online platform, and they train all the HR professionals. So I'm very lucky because my boss actually sent me to attend online training, and I managed to get 3 certificates from this platform. And to be honest, we need to take a lot of our time to learn online compared to actually physical training. So for this topic itself, organization effectiveness, there are 16 topics. And I have to make sure that I spend 2 hours for each topic, which is actually I have to learn online for 32 hours. And imagine it starts from what is OD. And they talk a lot about the context, what is actually why organizations have OD. And then OD cycle, why there is a cycle, and how it enters into a company, because only a big firm will have organization's effectiveness. Not all companies going to have that. So what is inside the organization's effectiveness? They have core inventory, got core evaluating, meaning that you have to start thinking your company need it or not. And how do you end exits? Because there's a lot of change management and a lot of things you want to implement for this company. And how do you communicate? And you also might need consulting, because not everyone, we always say HR don't have a HR person to help them. So as a HR, I need consulting as well from others company. And when it comes to organizations design, later we will walk through you 4 organizations design, which actually is the models that using in this world right now. And then the next will be organization analysts. How do you analyze whether you're success or not? And then we have approaching OD projects. When you want to change something, it's not about you only, because in HR, you have a whole recruitment process, you have a rewards. All this is part of OE actually. We call it the organization's effectiveness. And when you design and operating models, you need to get people to buy in you. And last but not least, the key factors to consider is your things that you propose the company works or not. So in OE, there's words called effectiveness. So how effective is the thing? So we are being challenged all the time. And there is operators, models in actions, all these things that in the end, do you know what we actually want to create? We want to create a culture. That's all. When a big company, you need a very important culture. Culture can help you to work better. And your peoples will feel better and happier when they work in your organizations. Definitely, this is the last. Designing a desired culture is what we always want. Okay, talking about the design, the models for the organization's design, it comes with 9060. This is the J. Gabbard Brilliant Star model. It's talking about how you do the strategy, how you do the structures, process, rewards, and people. And comes to a mind, right? We always talk about strategy, because in OE, you need to find ways to process all the obstacles that you might find. So it comes to the next one will be the McKinsey Classic 7S framework, which is used until today. A lot of people will remember it because it's easy to remember. 7S: structure, system, style, staff, skill, and strategy. And most important things that he emphasized here is the share value. What is share value anyway? Share value means that it's a culture that you want to curate for this company. And next definitely is the Go and Campbell's models, which is actually started from 2002, which is talk more about the strategy, the environment, the technology, the culture, and also the size and the life cycle. Most important things here that I see in Go and Campbell is more talk about how the innovation start and also the adaptations. Most of the people, they focus on all the strategy, but in the end, we have to understand innovations is very important, it's very crucial in this world, especially now we have a Gen AI. Innovations is definitely the most important skill ever. So what I actually want to propose today is some things that AI HR tell me to learn. They sell this idea to me. They say the best models is called Marvin Westbrook 6-box model, which is talk about purpose, structures, rewards, mechanism, relationship, and leadership. So what is this? Okay, let's come to here. Is talk about purpose. What is the organization's goal and what's the mission? And does anyone actually understand them? And it comes to structure. Is the organization set up in a way that help people to work efficiently? Okay. And come to leadership. definitely is talk about how do you manage all the stakeholder, and rewards is one of the very important parts, which is the fair rewards. Is your company provide you with a very good rewards? And definitely leadership play a very important role. Why? Because if you like your leaders, I am sure you're going to actually work in the company for a longer time. Am I right? Okay, are you all with me? And
Yes.
last but not least is definitely the system that you use, because HR always need a system. Okay, so one slide that I would like to share right now, which is in our in OE, one of the things that we must do is called the change management. And there's a model called ADKR model. So what is AKDR? AKDR is easy to remember as first, A is awareness. You need to create awareness to change when it comes to OE. When you want to change a company, you want to change their culture, you want to have new things for your company, you need to have awareness. Second thing is desire. If you want to change some things, you need to create the desire for people to participate, to support you, to buy you. Next will be the knowledge. Do you have the knowledge to change? Because a lot of time, using your mouth to say only, it didn't work, you didn't do, no one is going to buy your ideas. Next, the abilities to actually implement the desired skills and behavior. How do you actually bring these people to support your thing? And last but not least, how to sustain reinforcement to sustain the change. Okay, let me ask you questions, okay? Which of the 5 ADKRL steps is the most challenging? Anyone?
Awareness.
Awareness. Okay. Okay. So awareness stays true. Anything else?
Desire.
Desire. Okay, who said that desire? Sorry, I cannot see you. Yeah.
Pepe.
Pepe. Yes, Pepe, you're right. Actually, the desire is the hardest. You know why? Because people's right, you need to use their heart to change. So if they do not have the desire to change, you can't make your change management work. So while a lot of the times, right, people always talk about ADKRL, and when we want to enforce a change management, always remember you must get the support, you get buy-in. So you need to create the desire. So remember to create the desire, and people will start to actually get it done. Okay, this is the pictures that I got a search from my boss. So the summary is I would like to share with everyone here. It is very important to learn more, because this took the initiative from me to start learning. And I also encourage my colleagues. I create a leaderboards for them. And the top persons who did the most is actually 5 certificates in a year. So that's all from me. Thank you.
Thank you
Over
so
to you.
much, Eva. Thanks for sharing us multiple frameworks under the organization effectiveness. And now today I learned that having desire, how to say, it's like I know I have the awareness that I need to lose weight, but the desire to lose weight and the desire to exercise or control the diet is hard. So that is the
Yeah.
challenge. People know something, but it's hard to make changes. Thanks
Yes.
for sharing us the
Thank you.
framework. Thank you. And now I'd like to transition the floor to table topic sessions, right? It will be chaired by Ko Pepe. So what is table topic session? Maybe Pepe, you can give a brief introduction. Over to you.
Okay, so thank you, Yuan. Okay. Good evening, fellow Toastmaster and guests. So the purpose of the table topics is table topic master, which is me, is to facilitate the table topics where guests and members will have the opportunity to practice your impromptu speaking. So what will happen is that I will basically introduce a topic and call on the speakers who will be given 2 minutes to speak on the subject. Okay, so let me share on my screen. Give me a second here. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Hang on. Can see, right? Okay. Okay, so the flow, basically, before we begin, let me just quickly introduce some time rule first. So the speakers will be given 2 minutes for this impromptu speech. So when the time reach 1 minute, the timer will raise the green light. And when it comes to 1 minute and 30 seconds, the red flag will be raised up. And at 2 minutes, the red color coded flag will be raised up. And the speaker will have 30 seconds to wrap up her speech. Okay, so are we all clear? So yeah, okay. So basically today's theme is how to handle the emotional meltdown. So from my side, I have prepared a total of 8 topics that is relevant to this theme, and I would like to have some volunteers maybe to raise up your hand for the table topics before I start to just call out the names spontaneously. Yeah, any takers? Any takers? Any volunteers, brave volunteers would like to challenge for this table topic? Sorry, I cannot
Jenny
see the...
from Jenny from
Mm.
Malaysia Toastmasters Club.
Oh, okay. Jenny, okay. Hello, Jenny. Okay. Okay, Jenny, so I have a 8 lucky number from 1 to 8. So pick your lucky number.
Number 1.
Number 1. Okay. So we'll move to number 1. Okay. Okay. So number 1, the topic is, have you ever experienced an emotional meltdown moment, and how did you handle it? Yeah. Are you clear with the topic?
Yes.
Okay, sure. Yeah. You can start anytime. The floor is yours.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Can you clear the slide? Thank you.
Sure.
To begin with, I am someone who don't often experience emotional meltdown, but whenever I melt down, it's a mega meltdown. So it's something that doesn't happen for years. And then when it happens, and it happened once, it's literally a kaboom scenario. When I first saw the topic, the first thing that came to my mind was it's not particularly meltdown, but it's just a childhood experience. So my mother, when I was in primary school, my mother used to teach me mathematics, and she's pretty brilliant with math, but she doesn't really have that much patience. So what happens is, as a child, I used to hold it in, hold it in, hold it in. Whenever my mother would tell me, do you understand? The first time, I would say no. Second time, she'll ask me the same thing, do you understand? And I will say, and if I say no, she'll raise her voice. And by the third time, if I said I don't understand, things won't go too well. So normally I always hold it in until one fine day, I cannot take it anymore. I don't know what's up with me. I think something must be wrong with my nerves somewhere. And I just shouted at her. I said, I asked you thrice or twice. I can't remember how many times I asked her to explain again. But it was at that particular moment, I just suddenly exploded. I said that, why can't you explain to me nicely? This one is just a very simple thing. Perhaps if you explain to me in a more patient manner, I would be okay, and this one won't happen. This is probably the fondest memory that I have, because like I mentioned earlier, I don't really have any emotional meltdown, because I don't really, in the sense that my meltdown is once in a blue moon, or if I were to exaggerate things, it's probably the worst tsunami in the entire century. That's all from me. Back to you.
Thank you, Jenny, for sharing your long time back meltdown moment. And the story really resonate with me as a mother, or how I treat my children sometimes. So looks like I have to, yeah, also try to like control on this part so that my children will not have nightmare or meltdown experience in the future. Okay, thank you, Jenny. Okay, next, any other takers? Any volunteers?
This is Ravin here. May I speak, please?
Okay, sure. Can somebody pin, sorry, your name again? I cannot.
Ravin.
Ravin. Okay,
Yeah.
Ravin. Okay, sure. Okay. Okay, hang on. Let me just share my screen again. Okay. Ravin, would you like to pick your lucky number? 1 to 8.
Any number of your choice is fine by me, please.
Oh, okay. Perhaps then maybe go for 3, number 3.
Sure, why not? It's just a number.
Yeah, sure. Okay, number 3. Can you see my screen? Okay. So this is the topic. How important it is talking to a friend or therapist when going through an emotional meltdown. Yeah. Are you clear with the topic?
Oh, sure.
Okay, sure. Then I will hand over the floor to you. Okay.
Thank you. Talking to a therapist or a friend is just one of the avenues towards helping prevent an emotional meltdown or an emotional breakdown. It's not the only avenue. Some of the simple avenues are finding peace with yourself. You go within. Go for a walk. The Japanese have this classical approach of going for a walk in the woods. You connect with nature. Yeah, I can see Betty nodding. Yeah, you agree. Connect with nature. Touch Mother Earth. Touch the ground. Go barefoot if it's possible. Then you synchronize with the Earth's energy field. You don't have to talk to anybody. If you want, you can talk to the trees. Why not? They have spirits. They are alive. Hey, yo, whatever problems you have, you walk. The other is talking to your dog, your pet. I talk to my dog. Only thing my dog talks back and asks me, where do you want to take me for lunch today? And I get lost. Listening to music. I'm sure you all have many other avenues. Talking to friends, yes. But the problem is, in today's world, especially in a city like Kuala Lumpur, pray tell me, how many really have time to listen to your problems? By and large, I'll tell you, people don't have time to really listen. They'll pretend to knock the head, yeah. Next, after that, you ask a question, what did he say? Yeah. I mean, I'm generalizing. I'm generalizing. Some of us here may have good friends who are willing to spare some time, but I find there's a rarity. Going to therapists, yes, because they are qualified, they're psychologists, psychiatrists, they know how to mediate, how to resolve conflict, how to listen. But in Asia, unfortunately, it's not practiced as much as it should. It's growing field, no doubt about it. But by and large, we can't afford your fees, at least me. So I will listen to music, talk to my dog, and go into the woods. Therapies, so far, not yet. I hope it doesn't arise. I can't afford it. Thank you, and back to you, Table Topic Master.
Okay. Thank you, Ravin, for sharing your thoughts. Yeah. So now we learn another new avenue. Find peace in yourself and talk to whichever you feel comfortable with. Okay. Thank you. Can I have the next speaker? Any volunteers?
I'll go. Eva here.
Eva. Okay, sure. Okay, Eva, let me share my screen again. Yeah. Just Okay. Ivan, pick your lucky number.
The last number?
Last
Six,
number.
got six.
Eight.
Oh, last number is eight. Okay, six.
You want six, ah? You want six.
Six,
Okay,
yeah.
okay. 10. Okay, number six. Okay, number six. You can see my screen, right?
Mm.
Okay.
How can a workplace create a more supportive?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. So the topic is how can workplaces create a more supportive environment for employers struggling with emotional stress? Okay, you clear with the topic?
Yep.
Okay, sure. Okay, the floor is yours.
Okay. Okay, let me share you a story. Okay. Good evening, everyone. Again, many years ago, I do actually handle a case whereby my staff meltdown in front of me. And the reason why she's meltdown is because she got a panic attack. Not sure you are all aware, some people do have childhood memories that haunt them, which is the traumas that actually can cause them to unable to breathe. Panic attack is one of it. So during that time, she's a Muslim friend. I couldn't actually do anything because looking at her, thought she might actually leave the world. I was so worried about her. The only thing I can do is hugging her. I give her a really big hug until she actually posts in LinkedIn after what I did. So this actually is a aha moment for me. When you ask me, what can a company do, a workplace, create a more supportive environments for people who are struggling with emotional stress or panic attack? I think one of it is called a first aider for mental health. I'm not sure about anyone here heard about first aider for mental health. I actually graduate from psychology, so I have this background. We sort of like during that time, we have to handle the case better. And in my company right now, we do have mental health first aider class, which we want to encourage more people who become a first aider to support our colleagues. Sometimes it takes just a hug to make a person feel better. During the hug, I keep on asking her to talk to God. To be honest, I have to admit, because that time she only can feel alive when she's talking to Allah. And I do really feel a powerful message from the God, regardless of what God you are believing in. Just always remembers that you can, get the help from your friends and also from the God. Thank you from me.
Okay.
Oh,
Thank you,
Redno is
Ivan.
the first aider for mental health in the school. Oh, very good.
Thank you, Ivan, for sharing us your experience. So looks like I need to propose this first aider position to my HR. Yeah. Okay. Okay, next, perhaps we can get some guests for the session. Maybe Vivian, would you like to have a try for this table topic?
Okay, come.
Okay,
Great.
sure. Okay, let me share my screen. Okay, and you can pick your lucky number, Vivian.
Number 8.
Number 8. Okay, sure. Okay, number 8. Okay, sorry. Hang on. Number 8. Okay. Number 8. Okay, so this is the topic. What role does physical activity, for example, exercise, walking, or stretching, play in managing emotions? Yeah. So you clear with the topic?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, sure. Okay, then the floor is yours, Vivian.
Okay, so for me, if let's say I'm referring to myself, what kind of role that I will play in managing my emotion, stress? it will be definitely, I would suggest is go for a jogging, running at the park. At the park, as in like you need to be on the track, yeah, with the direction, at least with the pathway. Yeah, so that is also something important because I experience myself whenever I'm actually emotional down or I'm actually stressed out at work. So I will definitely going for a run, for a quick jog, for 5 km. Yeah, that actually able to, because when you are running on the pathway, you will be able to, maybe I would say, follow, because you will, the breathing, yeah, you actually listen to yourself and then follow the pace, your breathing pace. Yeah, basically is able to really release at least release the stress and emotion at that point of time. Yeah, so that is something that it will be, yeah, probably everyone can have a try to work on it. That is actually work on myself. Yeah, so that's what I wanted to share.
Sure. Thank you, Vivian, for sharing your experience. And I'm happy that you found your way on how you managing your emotions. Okay. Okay. Timer. Mei Hong, do we still have time for more topics? Or we are good for now? Mei Hong, can I just check if we have more time?
Uh, yeah, actually it's good for now because we can proceed to our next agenda.
Okay. Sure. Okay. Okay. So I hope you all enjoy the session, and that will be all from my end. Thank you. And back to you, Evan, the TOE of the night.
Thank you so much, Pepe, for pulling out a very interesting and deep topic of how to handle emotional meltdown table topics, right? Really, this sometimes it's very hard to share personal stories when it comes to the verge of emotional meltdown. And when you have to think of it and you have to relate your personal stories of how to resolve this requires a lot of challenge. So kudos to all of the four impromptu speakers just now. So now we have come to the most awaited moment whereby we have our invited guest, Dr. Lenny Su, already waiting, ready to share us her golden nuggets, right? I would like to firstly really be thankful to Dr. Lenny for taking out her time to give us sessions tonight at Venus Toastmasters Club. This is our very first time to invite an external speaker outside from Toastmasters members to give a talk um, in our bi-weekly meeting. So the reason why we want to have this theme is because we notice, I believe everyone also noticed how fast the world has changed and how fast the world has evolved. The moment last year we talking about Nvidia having the highest stock price, and now recently they have just have a waterfall jump, and recently DeepSeek coming out, and things has really gone very fast, and we have to really keep up. And many years ago didn't even know what is depression. Nowadays, I just talked to some Toastmaster Jason Tong, and he mentioned that even teenagers today, right, they are having depression. This is a common thing. And I want to share personal stories. A few years ago during the lockdown, my grandmother actually passed away due to suicide. So can you imagine old grandmother age whereby she could just kind of pass away healthily, but she chose another path to end her life earlier. And I saw how our family wailing and cried and had emotional breakdown because unable to accept the fact and unable to accept this truth, and things happen overnight. It happens really fast. So how can we deal with this emotional dysregulation? And I believe it's not me that has experienced this. This is a common life path whereby we are not only meltdown because of work, because of stress, we could also experience some of the life crisis, I would say, that will cause us uh, drawback and betrayal or hard to accept, right? How can we cope with this unexpected emotional meltdown? And without further ado, I would really want to give the class the floor to Dr. Lenny. So I'd like to invite her. Okay. Introductions, I believe everyone saw the WhatsApp group as well. So Dr. Lenny Su is a leading expert in the mental health wellness. And at the moment, she is a clinical director of 360 Wellness Hub. Okay. Very experienced hypnotherapist and neuropsychologist as well. She's also a trauma and addiction specialist and holding a lot of awards. Secretary of Medic Alert Foundation Malaysia. So please, if during this session, if you have some personal stories or personal use cases that you would like to share, please turn on your camera and we can have a roundtable discussion. And as part of tonight's sessions, I would like to introduce a Chatham House rule. So I will stop the recording now. So it will be a safe space for everyone to share your personal stories and how we can cope with the emotional meltdown for our overall well-being. All right, over to you, Dr. Lenny. So welcome to Winners Toastmasters Club.
Thank you very
Record. Okay, I think now we can quickly go into the evaluation session. I think, Xiaozhen, would you be ready to share your evaluations of Eva's speech?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Okay, good evening, Toastmaster member and guests. Tonight I will be evaluating speaker Eva Chi. In this speech, I get to know the introduction of organization effectiveness through organization development and models of organization designs, which is useful in designing organization culture and enforce change management. So what I really like in your speech, Eva, is that you have really clear tone and vocal, which is very easy to listen to you and understand. And not to forget, you have really good eye contact, face expression, and gesture to keep audience engaged. And the amazing thing that I like the most in your speech is your interactions with audience, which I think is really effective and engaging. You were not only giving examples from a special point of view to make audience easily understand the topic, but also aware of if the audience is still with you by asking them questions. And you use the pause moments, which I really like that. However, I still had trouble to catch up with your speaking pace when you went back to the content in your slides. I noticed that there is too much information and words in your slide. For example, the first slide with 16 topics. You tended to speak a little bit faster to finish it. Perhaps in future, you can select and focus on a few interesting topics to share instead, so that you no need to rush to deliver all the content. Overall, I really like your clarity, vocal variety, eye contact, and gesture when you speak, and you have demonstrated amazing audience awareness and engagement. I would suggest that to have less wording in your presentation slides and be more selective on a few interesting topics in your speech content. So yeah, overall that's a really amazing job. Yeah, congratulations to Eva for completing your project tonight. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Xiaozhen.
Thank you, Xiaozhen, for your evaluation. Without further ado, I'd like to invite Michelle, our table topic evaluators, to evaluate our 4 impromptu speakers tonight.
Thank you, Evelyn. I'll just give a general one because I think there are at least about 4 speakers of the table topic tonight. And we'll start with Quenny, as the first participant to take the table topic, what I like about her speech is that she's very cheerful when she's giving her speech, and she smiled along the way. And also she talked about her mother's expectation on her in terms of when the mother is trying to explain something, and it's how she tried to tame herself down and not ask a lot of questions because she's worried that she'll be scolded by the mom, and that has actually controlled her emotions, and one day actually it exploded. But I guess for her, I suggest my own recommendation is that what I can get from the take-home message is to give advices, perhaps to the mother in this winners meeting, see how, as a mother, should respond towards a kid that is actually eager to learn but worried that the mom will scold us by asking too much question. And also maybe perhaps how would you do it differently if you were you today now instead of those days you are with your mother. Okay, so that's about mine on Jenny. I hope it helps. And on Ravin, it's like more of I like his speeches in finding peace, that you recommended going for a walk and also connect to nature. It's a very good so-called like example that you can find peace. And at the same time, talking to the dog, it helps. Or to me, it's a little bit deviating the topic at that moment, because the question is asking about how important to a friend or a therapist when we have an emotional meltdown. Perhaps you can actually add on in terms of, I suggest that who are that person that you would prefer to talk to in terms of when you're having a meltdown, or would you actually go and see a therapist to bring out a topic to talk about? And that will be something that I will look for in your table topics. Next, moving on to Eva. Whatever I like about your speech is you actually give a very good impression in terms of your speech, that you actually hug the other person when the person is having a meltdown. And you also talk about you are part of the first aid for mental health as well. You have joined the course, which is very impressive. And to me, I guess I would suggest that perhaps you can actually add more about the explanation of the outcome after you hug that person, and how and what kind of words that you use at that moment when you are facing someone that having a mental meltdown. That would actually tell the audience here, and including myself, to learn from you how to handle that situation even better. And last but not least, it will be on Vivian. What I like about your speech is that you talk about listening to yourself when you are actually exercising. In terms of managing your emotion by exercise, when you go for a jog or a walk, what you do is that you actually, based on your experiences, you listen to yourself and you have a breathing space of your own. And from then you can actually add a little bit more to make your topic more interesting. I would suggest is sharing experience of along the way in your walk or your jog. What have you encountered and how you deviate your mind from having your emotional breakdown, but by looking into the sky so the birds are chirping, to add on more lively as in content to your table topics. That's all for the rest of the 4%. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Michelle. Not easy to evaluate 4% after a long sharing from Dr. Lenny. You still remember. Thanks for the effort. And quickly, we move into the technical role players report. I think Mei Hong, we can have a quick one for timers report.
Okay, let me share my screen, yeah. Hold
Just
on.
mention who over time.
you. I think you all can see my screen. So
Yes.
for the table topic session, Chenny and Eva slightly over time. Ravin and Vivian is within the time. For the prepared switch, Eva is over time. The required 7 minutes. Her time is 8 minutes and 55 seconds. So for the evaluation, Xiaozhen and Michelle is within the time. That's all for my report today.
Thank you. Yes, we can see that speakers are slightly over time. Have to gauge the timing a little bit more accurate next time. We can work better and speak within the time frame. How about Eliza? Can we look at your R counters report?
Can everyone see my screen?
Yes.
Yeah. So the most popular filler words for today is actually so. And then there is also a lot of participants actually uses a lot of repeats words such as I on that is my mother. So the least used word is actually like for today. So
Okay, thanks for the R counter report. Okay, so let's say, Vivian, if you want to improve your speaking, how to influence people better, one of the things that we can do is to reduce our crutches when we speak. Pause before we fill in another crutches. And now I would like to move towards, I think there's no award and recognition. Are we voting, Retno?
Yes, we've got two, because it's our consensus that if you have two table topic speakers and also two evaluators, then we will do the voting.
Right, okay,
So
thanks.
can I start now or later? Now?
Come again, would you want to vote?
Yeah. Can I start the voting? Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Okay. We will start with the table topic speakers. There are two participants who are eligible.
All right, I think we have the result.
Okay, I think that's it. Okay, I have the results ready. Thank you. And the poll and then for the best evaluate, we have one, two, three. Okay, everyone. Thank you very much. Yeah, done.
Thank you for joining the voting session. So let Retno get to the back-end work. Meanwhile, while waiting, can I invite our Vice President of Membership, Alicia Lim, to invite guests for breakout, and then you may also proceed with the closing remarks. After that, we can go to the awards recognition.
Okay, thank you, President. I would like to invite our guest, Vivian. Would you like to share something about what you learned or what you taken from today meeting?
Yeah, takeaway, I think it's about this is my consider the first time I joined Toastmaster, this kind of online section. So I think overall, aside from Dr. Lenny's sharing about mental health, yeah, that is the part that I learned a lot on the knowledge wise. But in terms of Toastmaster structure, yeah, this is what I think I like everyone plays the role, plays their part in the section. So that is the reason why I decided to give a try to experience about Toastmaster. Yeah, so actually, yeah, I enjoyed the section, knowing everyone here today. Yeah.
Yay, welcome to join us next time. You learn a lot from any one of us.
Yeah.
Hope to see you
Okay,
again.
Yep.
And how about the other guests? Would you like to share something or any meeting you want to have airtime, or you can also text in our group chat. Betty or Lucky?
No, just thank you for having me. It is a pleasure listening to almost the only guy around here. Ravi has left already. So, but I thoroughly enjoyed the doctor's session. It was an eye opener, something that I've read and not really experienced. So listening to a live doctor was a good experience. Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Thank you for
Yes,
joining.
Betty and Chenny, anything would you like to share?
Yes, thank you very much for having me in the meeting. I thoroughly enjoyed your session, especially so I was very impressed with the doctor's title that she was given the chance to talk on the emotional meltdown. And you guys also have done up a very good theme to coincide with the doctor's talk. So this is something very enlightening. And I would say that the sharing by all of you, you all were very frank and very authentic in your sharing, because I believe all of us face through the emotional meltdown. And the doctor also responded very spontaneously. So in a way, I find that the meeting has been very impactful. And I love the way how you all organize it. Keep up the good work, Yvonne and the team. Thank you.
Thank you.
Betty.
Thank you, Betty. So since I don't want to hold you all so long, so actually, yeah, this is a very enlightening session that we have today. And then it's a huge thank you for Dr. Lenny, as Betty and Lucky shared. We learned a lot from today. And then Dr. Lenny vulnerable insight and how to handle our emotional meltdown. Her wisdom has truly given us a tools to better know ourselves, to manage our overwhelming moment, enhance our personal and professional life. And then don't worry, because I'm managing myself very good as well. I sing counselor. So yeah, I would like to share that Vivian, this is a very Toastmaster, and especially Venus Toastmaster is a very safe place and a secure place for us to share anything about us. So I would like to also express our gratitude to all the role player and our lovely guests. Yes, and then every sessions, we thank you everyone. So I will wrap up here, and then I'll pass to President to giving the awards. Hope to see you all next time again. Thank you. Hi,
Thank
Yvonne.
you. All right. Retno, would you ready to flash out the slide for our awards? So tonight it was a very special session. Okay, Ravindran has left, so he won the paper topic speech. Usually we will have at least 3 prepared speakers, okay, and more table topics, but due to time constraint, right? So we have to cut down the session. So let me take the screenshot and then we can send it to Ravindran after this. Next slide. And best evaluator, Selton. Thank you. Let me pin you. Can someone add myself? Add me, please.
Yeah, please pin okay.
Okay, 1,
Okay.
2, 3. Selton. Thank you so much and congratulations for being the
Thank
best
you.
evaluator. Thanks. All right. Yeah, I think definitely not easy. I think what I learned tonight is life we have all ups and downs. Sometimes we are asking so much. We want perfect things. I think this for me lah, I always want perfect things. And when things doesn't go my way, I felt like the whole world is trembling, the whole world is giving me so many problems, so many challenge, right? Every day I wake up, I feel challenged. Traffic jam, I have to shower and go to work. And then it feels this is just normal things, but there's so many things that we are not able to control, and that is really life. And whenever there's emotional meltdown, we have to embrace it and must remember all good things and tough things are temporary. When you are successful, when you are at a good point, it's a temporary. When you are at the rock bottom, it is also a temporary, and that is life. So no big deal. Most importantly, appreciate what we have and live in the present. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. I shall not hold anyone any longer, and see you again next meeting on the 18th of March.
Thank
Bye.
you. Good night.
Thank you.
Everyone, good night.
Thank
Uh,
you.
Not Betty.
Bye.
Night,
Bye
everyone.
bye.
Winners,
Bye.
everyone remember to pay your membership. Please.
Pedi.
Thank
You already
you.
also remind everyone. Maybe you can do the checklist, the tick list, those pays already. Then we put it in our members group. Send to remind those haven't. Please.
I already post it, but so those who haven't give and also PM those our member that they may not be seeing the message.
Yeah,
That's how.
sometimes they miss it because like me, I got too much group, so sometimes I will skip the